Hello, I'm Daniela. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 simple ways to use the straight stitch, the simplest of all hand stitches, to use in your work to enhance your Valentine's Day pieces. We'll use scraps of fabric and simple straight stitches. We'll combine them, we'll cross them, we'll use them in abundance, and it makes little pieces that you can make ahead of time and use in your work, or you can sew directly onto your work. I can't wait to show you, so let's get started.
The first way I like to use a simple straight stitch in my slow stitching is just with a running stitch border here. You can use a back stitch or a running stitch. I take 2 pieces because color is the key I find in this piece to make it Valentine's versus either a different season for a different color or just a piece of slow stitching. So pinks and reds. And then I'll just take a erasable pen and kind of sketch out the border of where I want my lines to be. This just helps me to make a little more accurate line. I don't mind it being wonky, but this is the way to avoid that. You can pin this piece of muslin into place. I like to just take a dab of permanent glue, not too much, just enough to grip the 2 pieces of fabric together. And I hold it down. You could use a clip as well. I find the glue to be very easy. You don't want to overdo the glue, just enough to really help it grip. And then I hold my piece and I start at one end and I stitch. You can choose the length of your stitches. You can choose the spacing of your stitches. If you like it very close, like a back stitch, that'll give like a line. I like to leave a little space in between because I want it to look stitched. So I'll just come up here, try and keep my stitches approximately the same size. And I'll just finish this piece, stitching all the way down. You can do a running stitch. The running stitch is great for basting, but if I'm looking for an aesthetic, that's when I'll go in with the poke and pull method. When I'm done with that last stitch, I'll pull it through, flip it over and knot it just through the nearest stitch, not with a lot of tension. Then I'll take an iron and remove that ink. And then I have just a simple little embellishment to use in my slow stitching that used scraps and was very simple to make with just that straight stitch. You could double the pieces as well to get different pieces of collage to use in your slow stitching. I really like this one. Now for the second technique, I have my background fabric, my little muslin. I've already just put a little dab of glue to hold it in place. We're just going to use that straight stitch, but instead of going in line, we'll go in parallel. And again, you can make your marks here. To do this, I like to just make my marks the beginning, the end, and the center. And then I just divide everything in half, coming up from the center. This helps me decide how many stitches I want. And if I want a pattern or just a little wonky. And then again, I'll just do the poke and pull method here. Start at the bottom, choosing a color of pearl cotton that I want. You can use any number of strands of embroidery floss. 1 strand or 2 strands would be delicate. 6 strands or 5 strands would be a little more chunky. It really depends on the look you're going for. And then I finish going the length of this piece. And then, like the others, I'd knot the back, and then I have my piece. I think that's a great addition. I love the texture, and I love the wonkiness of the spacing and the size. So for this technique, we're going to make a series of X's, the length of our piece. And those are just 2 straight stitches. I like to go in one direction, and again, I kind of create my spacing. You can make them tight like here, or more spaced out. I think I like them a little more spaced out. Maybe a little one in between. You can start to introduce patterns to this as well. So to do this, I'll come up. I like to go through all of one direction slants. This one's going to be a little stitch. And I run up the piece. And then when I get to the top, I'll run down the piece, going the other direction. You don't have to do it this way. You can certainly create each X one at a time. This is supposed to be a meditative journey. So really do what makes you feel good. My mood will change. Some days I want to do all the crosses. Some days I want to do all the slants. It's really whatever works for you. It's one of the beauties of this slow stitching is the freedom. And again, I have a piece here that's quite original, quite unique. Now for the fourth technique, we are going to create little hearts. Now the difference between these looking like hearts and arrows would be the colors. Like here I kind of sprinkled the hearts all along, which is really cute. Little teeny hearts. Here I just did a row of hearts, which I really like the alternating. So it looks more like hearts than arrows. And you could make the hearts touch or be separate. And here I painted the ribbon first, which I have a video for. And then I stitched on a few of the hearts. So there's a lot you can do with this. I'm going to start here. Again, I have my two fabrics. And I'll kind of make my hearts. And I think I'll just stick in an additional color in between. So now I'm going to stitch my hearts. Again, 2 stitches, and I'm going to alternate colors. So I come up here to the center point, and then pull back to the center point. So that's one heart. I'll do it the length here, alternating. And now when I have those, I'll stitch those in a separate color. Now I like colors with contrast because I think they stand out a little more. But I do like the repetition of the same shape here, this heart shape. I think that's very, very effective. And it's a subtle little touch. So here's my piece. Love that. Love those colors and love that shape. For the final straight stitch heart, it's just that, a heart made of straight stitches. Once again, you can use a back stitch, running stitch, whatever you like. I have my 2 colors here, and I'm going to take a pen and kind of outline the shape of the heart. I like to start by making a line down the center, then the shoulders. I find it easier if I have a good starting shape to get the results I want. I'm going to use that red again. I'm going to start up top here, right in the little bow of the heart, and just create little stitches. I'm going to space them just slightly apart so they look like little stitches. And I'll just move around my piece. The smaller stitches you make, the more delicate the heart will look. It'll look a little wonky with a bigger space in between stitches. And so there I have my stitched heart. And here's how it looks when the ink is gone. I love that. So these are 5 ways to use a straight stitch in your work. And if you just do those simple stitches, you can make lots of variations by creating patterns. And here is one example on my page. I just did those simple straight stitches to create the border. I added a few other stitches within it, but even without these added pieces, this border looks pretty fascinating, very interesting. So that's one of the reasons I like using this. I like creating these pieces, keeping them in a box, and then when I'm creating my fabric book or my collage, I can pull out these ready-made pieces and use them in my work.
So that's 5 ways that you could use the straight stitch to make little pieces to use in your fabric journals or your collage or any slow stitching pieces you might have. The beauty of this technique is that it's simple. You can make it ahead of time. You could save these pieces, and it's very rewarding. You have some completed projects in just a little bit of time. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Thank you for joining me today.